Did you know that 90 to 95% of convictions are reached through a plea deal? With a rate that high, there is more than likely to be innocent people agreeing to this plea deal. So, why would one agree to a plea deal if they're innocent? Well, there is an issue in the criminal justice system that needs to be reformed, and that is the bail system. Because of its correlation with false confessions and wrongful convictions. Khalif Browder. Remember that name? The young man who was accused of stealing a backpack? Well, bail was placed for him at $3,500, but he was unable to pay. In doing so, he was offered a plea deal, but he wanted to presume his innocence, so he denied. Khalif Browder was then sent to Rikers Island for 3 years, where he suffered violence and psychological trauma, awaiting for a trial that never happened because charges were dropped and he was then released. Unfortunately for Khalif Browder, his time at Rikers Island took a toll on him. He never recovered, and he committed suicide. The bail system failed Khalif Browder, and it is only continuing to fail others as well, including court-appointed attorneys who pressure their clients into accepting plea deals because of the financial gain they get when a case does not go to trial. Furthermore, many clients accept plea deals because of the pressures they don't want to place on their families regarding trying to find financial means to bail them out. Are we going to put up the house? Are we going to put up the car? How are we going to find these financial means to release our loved one from jail? In relation to this, many people are accepting plea deals because, let's face it, nobody wants to spend 3 years unjustly like Khalif Browder did in jail, awaiting for a trial that may or may not happen. So many are trying to expedite the process of returning back home to their families. Studies also show that poor blacks are given more of a cruel bail as opposed to whites. So what can be done about this problem? How can we reduce the rate of false confessions and wrongful convictions in relation to our bail system? Well, we need to make it a statewide rule that courts can only set a bail at a price a defendant can afford, but only after the defendant is evaluated regarding whether or not they are a possible flight risk. Once the court comes to the conclusion that one may not be a flight risk, then the defendant can pay that minimum bail, but when they are released, they must be sent home using an ankle monitor to ensure that they do not become a flight risk and that they will be there when their trial starts. It's only fair to change the bail system in order to prevent the accused from accepting plea deals and ultimately producing wrongful convictions. The Constitution states that each and every individual has right to a fair trial. So why take away that right by passing out plea deals? Problems that may arise from this reform may be the police and courts having to put additional money into more resources, such as those ankle monitors, because ultimately the less plea deals that are taken, the more people that you could possibly have out on bail. So the more ankle monitors you are going to need to produce in order to wait until these people make it to their trial. In addition, you may need more personnel to ensure that each and every one of those people is accounted for. By reforming the bail system, there are risks, but we cannot continue to turn a blind eye to the injustices that the innocent, such as Khalif Browder, were forced to deal with, because our main goal at hand is justice.